TekleHaimanot graduation ceremony. I hope you got that in camera because that's the extent of my Ottawa tonight, unfortunately. I want to make sure that the younger people who are here today will be able to understand everything that's going on, so we're going to be focusing primarily in English, but if you want to try and test my Ottawa later, I'll be available for conversations, so don't worry about that. For those of you that don't know me, my name is TekleHaimanot, also known as Yessamana and Tawabishlich. Tonight I'll be your master of ceremonies. We have a very exciting program for you all tonight, so I don't want to waste any time and get the evening started.
So without further ado, I ask that you all rise and join me in welcoming our class of 2019 graduates as we recognize and celebrate their academic accomplishments. Please rise. I'll call on the graduates.
So first I'd like to introduce our high school graduates of 2019. Graduates, stay standing and face the audience, please. Thank you. I'd like to now introduce our college graduates of 2019. I'd like to now introduce our university graduates of 2019. I'd now like to introduce our postgraduates of 2019.
ለቀጣዩ ጊዜ ደግሞ ተስፋችን እሱ ስለሆነ እንጸልያለን። እሺ። በስመ አብ ወወልድ ወመንፈስ ቅዱስ አሐዱ አምላክ። ቅዱስ አምላክና አባት ልዑለ ባሕርይ እግዚአብሔር ሆይ ልጆቻችን ከወላጆቻቸው አብራክ ጀምረ ጠብቀህ እስከዚህ ዕለትና ሰዓት ስላደረስካቸው ለቁም ነገር ስላበቃህልን ስም የተባረከና የተመሰገነ ይሆንልን። አባት ሆይ የቀጣይ ሕይወታቸው ደግሞ ባላደራችን ተስፋቸው፣ ደጋፊያቸው፣ መሪያቸው ሕይወታቸውን ሁሉ የምታስተካከል በአዋቂ ባሕርይ አንተ ነህና አንተ በነገሮች ሁሉ እንድትረዳልን ቅዱስ ፈቃድ ይርዳን። ይህንም ጊዜ አንተ ባርክልን። በመካከላችን ተገኝተህ መልካሙ እንድታናግረን፣ መልካሙ እንድታሰራን ቅዱስ ፈቃድ ይሆንልን። ያስተማሮቻቸው መምሮቻቸውን፣ ወላጆቻቸውን፣ ትምህርት ቤቱን፣ የተማሩበትን አገር ሁሉ በቸርነት እንድትባርክ ቅዱስ ፈቃድ ይሆንልን። እግዚአብሔር አምላካችን አሁንም በመውጣታችንና በመግባታችን በመቀመጣችንና በመነሳታችን ሁሉ ያንተ ነውና ሁሉ እንድትባርክልን ቅዱስ ስምህን ጠርተን እንለምንሃለን። አባታችን ሆይ በሰማያት የምትኖር ስምህ ይቀደስ፣ መንግሥትህ ትምጣ፣ ፈቃድህ በሰማይ እንደሆነች እንዲሁ በምድር ትሁን። የዕለት ምግባችንን ስጠን ዛሬ፣ በደላችንን ይቅር በለን እኛም የበደሉንን ይቅር እንድንል ቅዱስ ፈቃድህ ይርዳን። አቤቱ ወደ ፈተና አታግባን ከክፉ ሁሉ አድነን እንጂ መንግሥት ያንተ ናትና ኃይል፣ ክብር፣ ምስጋና ለዘላለሙ አሜን። እመቤታችን ቅድስት ድንግል ማርያም ሆይ በመልአኩ በቅዱስ ገብርኤል ሰላምታ ሰላም እንልሻለን። በሐሳብሽ ድንግል ነሽ፣ በሥጋሽም ድንግል ነሽ። አሸናፊ የእግዚአብሔር እናት ሆይ ሰላምታ ላንቺ ይገባሻል። ከሴቶች ሁሉ ተለይተሽ አንቺ የተባረክሽ ነሽ፣ የማኅፀንሽም ፍሬ ቡሩክ ነው። ጸጋን የተመላሽ ቅድስት ሆይ ደስ ይበልሽ፣ ልዑል እግዚአብሔር ከአንቺ ጋር ነውና ከተወደደው ልጅሽ ከጌታችን ከመድኃኒታችን ከኢየሱስ ክርስቶስ ዘንድ ይቅርታና ምሕረትን ለምኝልን ኃጢአታችንን እንዲያስተሰርይልን ለዘላለሙ አሜን። ቅዱስ አምላክ የሰጠንን ጸጋ ሁሉ ይባርክልን፣ ቆይታችን መልካም ያደርግልን። ወላጆች፣ ተመራቂዎች፣ ወንድም እህቶች፣ አክባሪዎቻቸው ሁሉ እንኳን ደስ አላችሁ። እግዚአብሔር በነገሮች ሁሉ ከእናንተ ጋር ይሁን።
Thank you, Abbataችን. So as I said, we have a very exciting program prepared for you today. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how the schedule is going to proceed. So now that we've had our prayer, we will have the pleasure of listening to some inspiring speeches from myself, Dr. Makonnan Abbebe and Ambassador Nasise Chali, Ambassador to Canada of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, along with some mazmur. After this, we will move to the dinner portion of the evening, which will then be followed by poetry from the very talented Yikarbeleng Nado and a spiritual message from the brilliant Yohannes Malki. Following what promises to be two memorable presentations, we will begin celebrating and individually recognizing the graduates and their achievements. I will then invite a couple of the graduates to the podium to deliver addresses on behalf of this year's graduating class. After this, I'll open the floor to those members of the community with special messages and words of encouragement for the graduates. We will conclude our evening's program with the graduates cutting their cake and popping their champagne to commemorate their graduation, as well as a closing prayer that will be led by Abbataችን. So I've been asked to say a few words to you, myself having recently finished a very, very long road to higher education. I can't believe it's done. Thank you. So first and foremost, I want to start by giving the warmest of congratulations to my fellow graduates over here. I'm so proud of the high school graduates, the college, university, and postgraduates that we have. Every year this group seems to be getting bigger and bigger, and it just makes me so happy and so proud to see the Ethiopian and Eritrean excellence that is coming from this community, and it's just wonderful to see. So as I mentioned earlier, I had a very long road to higher education. As some of you might know, on Monday I became a lawyer. And so while I'm very happy about that accomplishment, and I'm excited about this new chapter in my life, I have to admit that it was accompanied with a very odd feeling. In a matter of minutes, I went from calling myself a student to being qualified to give people advice on their legal problems. Now, before you start second-guessing whether you should retain me for your legal issues, I'm available if you need me. I just want to say that I think this is a very normal feeling for most, if not all, recent graduates. The reason being that as much as graduation is a celebration of your hard work and the road that has led you to this point, it also symbolizes the beginning of a new and somewhat uncertain chapter in your life. The question of what's next is a daunting but equally exciting one, which you should seek to explore. Many of you recent graduates may not know what you want to do next. On this, let me just say first that you should embrace the uncertainty. Sometimes the best and most unique opportunities come out of periods of uncertainty in our lives. There's nothing to fear. Remember that you're intelligent, capable, and hardworking individuals, as demonstrated by your recent accomplishments, and this will carry you forward to your next endeavors. Second, and most importantly, I think, remember that you're not alone. Today's celebration is a clear example that you have resources and a wide support system. As someone who made the seemingly crazy decision to torture myself by pursuing 2 degrees, I remain thankful for the support system that pushes me forward. And I always aim to remember that my support system goes beyond my immediate family. While we are each different and unique as individuals, individuals are not islands. All of us in this room share one very special supportive network through the Ethiopian TekleHaimanot Orthodox Church community. They say that it takes a village to raise a child, and we see it clearly today in the way we have all gathered to celebrate and recognize the accomplishments of our children. But on that note, while I'm incredibly proud and happy for my friends around these tables, we should also bear in mind that today is more than just a celebration of accomplishments. Today is also an opportunity for us as a community to continue teaching, raising, and encouraging our other children to aspire to greatness as well. I hope that in the future we continue to come together like this to guide and propel our younger generations forward. Remember, successful people must not be selfish with their accomplishments. As evidenced by today's celebrations, the success of one of us is the success of all of us. And as we move forward in our lives and achieve our individual goals, we should aim to support all of those who help push us forward, while also reaching back to guide those who aim to learn from our achievements. So that's all I have for you today. I would now like to invite Dr. Makonnen Abebe to the podium to deliver an inspirational speech to our graduates and the other young people in here today.
አባታችን መምህር ሰናይ አድማሱ, High Priest of the Church and Overseer of our beloved Saint TekleHaimanot Church, Your Excellency ወይዘሮ ነሲሴ ጫሊጂራ, Ambassador of the Ethiopian Democratic Republic in Canada, ladies and gentlemen, and beloved graduates. It is a time of year that we all get together to celebrate our graduates. It started a long time ago by Wezero Onkoi, whom I admire for the hard work that she has done to bring this community together, to arrange such activities like holding ceremony, graduation ceremonies, and other activities to make the community active in Ottawa. I would like to also thank the organizing committee for inviting me to make this speech, especially to Wezero Temhar Mulatu. So I feel humble and grateful to be a speaker at such an event. This is the 5th event, I think, or the 4th event that is being held at this church. And I feel also lucky because I am giving a speech to a group of graduates, among whom there is one person who has succeeded in a very commendable way, and that person is Johannes Merkel. I also would like to congratulate Udase. Now she is a full-fledged Nagarafaj. I would like to base my talk on 3 points. Most of it, Udase has said it, and it would be a repetition. So these 3 points are: 1, I want to be; 2, I have to be; and 3, fitness. Probably the last word is a bit confusing. I am looking at it from the scientific point of view, especially from the evolutionary point of view. Many of us say we want to be this, we want to be that. But the problem is the human mind is like a grasshopper. Today we want to be this, tomorrow we want to be that, and we lose focus. And it becomes a wish. And a wish is a recipe to failure. So to overcome this wish, we have to say, I have to be. When you say, I have to be this, I have to be that, it means that you have committed yourself, that you will do anything to be that you have to be. And most of you who are here, you may wish to be something or someone, but I am sure you know what you want. Because wishing will not get us anywhere. And in this reality, in this world, in this changing world, if we are not focused, if we are not disciplined, the road will be very, very tough. I know that some of you may find it difficult when you are looking for a job, but don't give up, don't give hope, because life is always a challenge. You have to keep working at it. Thomas Edison once said he failed 10,000 times to make the bulb, the light bulb. And he said, I have not failed, but I have found out that it took me 10,000 mistakes to get to where I am. So some of you may face a challenge when you are looking for a job. Don't give up. Don't give up. The world is a changing place. Don't think it's it's like a hopeless thing. There is always opportunity. So don't give up. The third point that I want to talk about is fitness. I am challenging you, graduates, or the young ones, because in evolutionary biology, the term fitness denotes that an individual of a species survives long enough and then produces offspring. We, your parents, have survived long enough. We are able to graduate without Wikipedia. So, and we have managed to buy this church. And you are the ones who will take over. Please, once you graduate, don't disappear. Come back. This is where your root is. This is where your placenta is. Most of you have been baptized here. So don't disappear. Unless, of course, you go somewhere else. Okay, so I will make my speech short by saying that always think of God. God exists. He is within us. Whenever we are faced with challenges, He is the one who will help us. And for high school graduates, you are very special. And you have the biggest opportunity. You are learning from your friends. And when you get to the university, remember that you have a lot of time in your hands. At least devote 3 hours a day for 5 days in a week. And I guarantee you that you will be able to succeed with flying colors. Don't waste your time playing games, chatting, taking selfies every moment. It doesn't pay.
Thank you, Dr. Makonnen, for your very wise words of wisdom. That's a little repetitive, but... It's incredibly reassuring to know that we have members of our community, like Dr. Makonnen, who are dedicated to teaching us how to grow and how to improve ourselves as we move into the future. Now I would invite you to give a very, very warm welcome to Ambassador Nasise Chali Jira, Ambassador to Canada of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, who has carved out time from her very busy schedule to share some special words with us today. Welcome.
Thank you, ውዳሴ የእግዚአብሔር ቤተሰቦች እንደምን ዋላችሁ? ምንም እንኳን ንግግሬን ያዘጋጀሁት በአማርኛ ቢሆንም ስፔሻል ኦኬዥን ስለሆነ በእንግሊዘኛ አድሬስ እንዳረግ ይፈቀድልኝ። Okay. Our Father, the High Priest of St. TekleHaimanot Church, dear graduates and family and friends, good evening to you all. I'm so humbled and honored to be among you today to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2019. How proud we are of you all. It is such a joy to see very accomplished and successful young people like you. So we're very proud. My warmest congratulations to you all. Saying that, I also would like to say thank you and say my appreciation to the organizers for putting such a special program and for inviting me as well. Thank you very much. I'm very honored and humbled. Saying that, what I say to the graduates, I would just keep it very short. What I would like to say to the graduates is we do rejoice, all of us do rejoice with you all because you have accomplished something. Though it is a start of something special for all of you, and so you're very young and you have a very long journey ahead. This is a start to the right direction, so you should be very proud of your accomplishments. And may all glory be to God who helped you in this journey. And we do rejoice with your family and with your communion here and with your church as well. Because as you know, for Ethiopians or Eritreans or for any immigrant family who's here in this Western world, be it Canada or USA, if you ask any parent, the main reason they're here is to see their kids succeed and their kids graduate and their kids be somebody. You can ask any parent. I don't think there is any parent who would tell you otherwise. So it is a very big deal for your parents. It is a very big deal for your community. And it is a very big deal for your country as well. Whether you're Ethiopians still or Ethiopians, whether you are peoples of Ethiopian origin who are Canadians, I would assure you that your country is proud and we do applaud your successes and we do wish you a very successful journey. So it is a big deal for your community, for your family, so we do rejoice with you, with the community and with your family and with the church as well. And what makes today's occasion very special is in addition to celebrating your graduation in your respective institutions, you're also celebrating it here at church, where I do believe you were raised, where your parents dragged you to church every Sunday, whether you like it or not, but hopefully by choice. So it makes it special because what you learn from church I can tell you from experience, because I'm grateful that my parents took me to church as well. What you learn at church would take you a long way. It would help you as a life principle. It would help you, it would serve you as a moral compass. So it would be useful in whatever you choose to do in the future. So it is a double joy for us to see you graduate, to see you celebrate your graduation in both places. So what I would like to say to you as a just word of advice, this is just it is just the start of something special. So you have to aspire to accomplish more. You have to be hungry for more successes. Don't just say, I am graduated now and this is it. But I assure you that this is just the beginning of many graduations to come. And for the young graduates from high school, you now have somewhere to look up to, your friends, those kids you used to just see around. So you have someone to look up to. So I hope you would be inspired to do the same. And the other word of advice, even if you graduated and now you're going to part ways from your parents, especially the college graduates, even if you're going to part ways from your parents and start life on your own, as I said, still know that it is important to have faith, to have some grounding principles, some life principles. You can pull teachings from the Bible, teachings from or from the Ten Commandments. All the things in the Bible are very special, and they are, if they are taken seriously and if we apply them in our daily lives, we wouldn't see all the problem we see around us in the world. Take the war, the greed, the corruption, the hatred. If you see all those things, if we apply the teachings of the Bible in our lives, those things wouldn't have any place. For example, take love your neighbor like yourself. If you do love your neighbor like yourself, then it means that you would put yourself in the other person's shoe, so there would be no place to hate the other person. There would be no place for hate, regardless of, that would be, loving a person would be regardless of color, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of religion, or whatever the difference may be. So there would be no place for that. Don't steal, for example. You shall not steal. If you take that, then we wouldn't see the corruption that plagues different communities, the greed that gave birth to colonialism, for example. We wouldn't see all those bad things that are affecting our community today. So keep your faith, and the teachings in the Bible, I assure you that they take you a long way, and they would help you stay grounded, and they would help you soar in the same time. So keep your faith. And one other thing I ask of you, don't forget your roots. Don't forget your heritage. That is important, because whether you are Canadians now or not, that is your identity. That is your heritage. So don't forget. Don't forget your roots. We, I hope, as a community, would help you do that. And as an embassy, I promise you that even if I don't want to get ahead of myself and say I'm going to do this and that, but I'll try my level best to help you get connected, to help you learn about your heritage, your culture, because that's very important. And you should be proud. Even if Ethiopia is mostly known for hunger, and for being poor, which is unfortunately true, there are lots of things you can be proud of as an Ethiopian or person of Ethiopian origin. So the same is true for Eritrean. I'm sorry if I kept referring to Ethiopian, but I believe we are the same people. So the same applies to all the Eritrean graduates as well. So you should be very much proud because there is a lot of history, there is a lot of heritage to be proud of. So I hope the embassy, I assure you that the embassy would play the role of helping you getting connected to that route too. And I promised I'm going to make it short. One last thing. The other thing I ask of you is give back to your community, not only to your parents, give back to your family, give back to your community. It might not be in the form of financial support. It can be in different ways. Now you're graduates, you have a very good training, so there are different ways you can give back. So remember your community, give back to your community. Not only the community here, there is a country called Ethiopia, as I said, a poor country who needs a lot of support. So with saying this, I also would like to remind you of my Prime Minister's plea to all the youth in the diaspora to give back to Ethiopia. It can be in different ways. You can surprise yourself. I cannot say do this and that, but you can raise funds, you can go back home and visit and volunteer, you can promote about Ethiopia, you can help in different ways. So today's generation is very creative, so you might think of even ways I didn't even mention now. So I wish you very best of luck in all the things you do, and I wish you lots of blessings in all the things you do. Congratulations once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your inspiring and encouraging words, Ambassador, and for making the time to join in our celebrations today. I look forward to seeing you and joining us again in the future. So I'm sure that many of you are tired of hearing my voice right now, so good news. We are now moving into the dinner portion of tonight's program. Before I pass it to Abatachin to bless the food, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how dinner hopefully will work out. Following the blessing of the food, Abatachin and the graduates will be invited to eat first and will have the opportunity to serve themselves. However, I ask that all other guests please remain seated. There will be ushers coming around to let you know when it's your turn to get food. But just so you guys don't get antsy, we're going to be starting from the front of the room and then moving to the back, okay? So just keep an eye out for the ushers. During dinner, hang in there, almost there, guys. During dinner, I'm going to ask that you please try and make some time to turn your attention to the televisions because we're going to be playing some special slideshows of past graduations from the community. Okay, so enjoy your dinner and I'll see you later. Yeah.